Hi all, my name is Megan Wyman and I'm a peer financial educator within our financial flight plan team, which is housed in our University of Oregon Financial Aid and Scholarships office. I'm really excited to be showing you this quick tutorial about how you can use this really awesome budgeting tool on CashCourse.org. If you want to learn how to log into your free CashCourse account, make sure you check out our other YouTube video. So I've just logged into my CashCourse account using my uoregon.edu email. I'm on my dashboard and I'm gonna go ahead and click Financial Tools. There's a number of really awesome financial tools, but I'm gonna give you guys a tutorial on the Budget Wizard. So this is a great tool to make a budget, and budgets are super important when you have these financial long-term goals or short-term that you want to reach, and you really need a way to keep yourself accountable and stay on track to achieving those goals. So you're just going to create a new budget, and you're going to name your budget whatever you like. So it's really important to remember that this budget is a spending plan, and like I said, it can help you meet your personal financial goals, be prepared for more money emergencies, and lay the foundation for long-term financial planning. So next, it's really important to remember that this budget specifically occurs within a monthly time frame. So every amount that you're putting into your expenses or your income or your savings, you're thinking about how much those are going to cost per month. So even though we only get our tuition bill 3 times a year, it's important to break down that cost into the amount of months, usually 3 for us per term, and that's going to be how much you should be putting for this expenses or income and stuff like that. So first, it's going to have you import your monthly income sources, so whether that's work, family support, side jobs. And what's really awesome is you can go ahead and go in and, like I just did, delete a row that doesn't apply to you, or edit a row that they already have, or even go ahead and enter a new row that applies to you. And then just go in and add the amount. Say you press that and you just add the amount for whatever it is that you're receiving. And then next is your periodic income. So if you have scholarships, grants, student loans, so this is income that occurs occasionally during the year. And say you receive a large amount of financial aid disbursement, think about how this is going to be dispersed monthly. So let's say for student loans, you get $100 a month. Oh, make sure you're inputting that into the amount section. If you don't get grants, go ahead and just subtract that. If you get some other periodic source of income, go ahead and add that in there. And then we're going to go into expenses. So it's important to think about your expenses, distinguishing between needs and versus wants, how much you're spending on those needs versus how much you're really spending on those wants. So keep that in mind when you're adding in your expenses as well. It's important to recognize that there's a difference between fixed, variable, and periodic expenses. Go ahead and read these little tidbits that CashCourse gives you about each section of this budget. They're really informative and important when you're trying to solidify this budget that's specific for you and understand these financial terms that are going to be really important in the future and as you start this budget. So first, you're going to go ahead and import those fixed expenses so that these expenses cost the same every time, and they're often set as a monthly payment, like your rent. So just say that, and obviously you're going to be putting in more realistic numbers, but just for this case, I just want to show you what you can and cannot add. So internet, if you have that, that's really awesome. Student loan payment, say you pay $5 for a car payment, go ahead and add that, and it's super specific to you, which is really awesome. And this is everything that you're expected to pay. So we're thinking about variable expenses. These are common payments where the amount is different each time. So it could be like gas or groceries. And the advantage is that you can control how much you spend. So you can change how often you dine in or dine out and where you would go and how much it costs. So it's important to remember that, say you're spending, you're expecting to spend money on groceries. Maybe you don't need entertainment or these other things, but you have utilities. Whatever it is, just make it specific to you. And once again, this is your estimated. So you're making this at the beginning of the month, and this is your goal. This is what you think and you hope you're going to spend. So there is an option when you complete the budget to put in your actual expenses, what you really did end up paying, and then you can go ahead and adjust month to month what works best for you in these categories. And once again, you can add a row if you need to, put something specific in here, or you can delete it if needed. So next, you're going to put in those periodic expenses. So these arise occasionally during the year, usually less than once a month. So we're thinking school fees, trips and expenses, and insurance, things like that. So just putting in an amount. Obviously, $4 would be great. That's just for right now. And if you need to add a row, if you have anything else, feel free to do that as well. And then another really important aspect is saving. So when you're budgeting, I know it can seem tricky, and I have troubles with myself recognizing that it's really important to pay myself first and make it my number one spending plan priority to save money for these emergency reserve funds, something that none of us can control but are going to come up, and it's really important that we have the money to take care of these things. And also, if you're just saving for something really important or fun, a concert you want to go to, a trip you want to take, those things, it's really important to budget as well. So you're making it a priority and you're telling yourself that it's something that you want to, a goal that you want to accomplish. So go ahead and see how much you want to add to a emergency fund, maybe even something small. It doesn't matter what it is, just as long as you get it down on the page and you're committed to saving it, that's what's really important. If you're saving for a car, all of these things. And just again, these amounts are monthly. So although I'm not putting in the most accurate numbers, make sure that you're reminding yourself that this is a monthly amount. Okay, and then you've completed your budget and you're going to press complete budget. So it's really important, and as you'll see expected, actual, and then the difference. So right now, this negative number might seem a bit scary, but you haven't gone in and actually clicked edit here and put in what your actual income was for work, what your actual family support became, and your side job became. So make sure you're putting in those throughout the month, and make sure that you are allowing yourself some leeway room, and it's okay if the difference is not zero. It's all about making changes and doing what works best for you. And what's really awesome is you can have this chart below that's showing you your total expenses and savings. So this really just maps it out of, okay, my rent is really taking up a lot of my expenses, but at the same time, so is my car payment, my tuition, and my savings too. And maybe I want my savings to be taking up more percentage of my total expenses and savings. So this is a really awesome visual representation of what's going to come when you put in your actual data. And then just some more helpful links along with all of these other links that are available on CashCourse. We hope that this was really informative, and if you have any questions, let us know. Just wanted to add that you can also download this budget to Excel, which is really cool, and you can go ahead and edit it just like you can edit it in here. but you can keep that saved on your desktop, whatever you may need. So that's really awesome. Let us know if you have any questions, and thank you so much.